Hey.
Okay, we're live.
Hello,
Hello, everyone.
Woo!
Hello.
Wild.
Hey.
So, my name is John. You probably know who I am if you're in this chat right now. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. This is such a giant moment. My brain is melting. Like, I can't even fathom any of this right now. But I'm in a Discord call with a bunch of...
Just breathe. Just breathe.
I'm in a Discord call with a bunch of FNAF legends in general. And I wanted to also say before we start, I did the things so there shouldn't be any ads throughout the stream. I turned that off. So I want everyone's experience to be good.
Yay.
No, there'll be no ads for the people in this call either. But yes. Welcome to the stream. Today we are doing Today we're doing a Q&A for Streamly with all of these wonderful people. If you want to buy a print from any of these wonderful people, the link is in the pinned comment or it is in the description. And they'll be signing them live. Maybe we'll do some signings on this stream. There'll be a stream later on Streamly's channel. Ooh, there's one. Tim has one. Nightmare Freddy. You guys didn't know about Tim. Tim is here, voice actor for Nightmare Freddy from Ultimate Custom Night. I didn't say he was going to be here, so special guest. But yeah, I think we should start with like some introductions, like one by one. Andy, do you want to start? Just your name, who you voice, or whatever you do, whatever you're comfortable with sharing.
My name is Andy Field. I am the voice of Hand Unit, Tutorial Unit, Dread Unit, which are all the same character, really. They just got named different things in the games. In the last 5 games, and everybody's always like, wait, 5? Because there was that AR game that everybody forgets about, too.
Oh, yeah.
So Sister Location, Pizzeria Simulator, Special Delivery, Help Wanted, Security Breach, right? Is that the 5? I think it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I'm starting to not be able to remember them all.
Wow. There's also the lesser talked about Simply Unit. That's just you without your shirt, just flexing.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Buff Unit. That's what it is.
Buff Unit.
Andy Unit.
Oh, that would be nice.
You need to change your name now.
Tough Buff Unit.
Official.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
I'm fully expecting graphics of this to emerge very soon.
Right. They probably will. They probably
Cue the
will.
fan art.
Within minutes.
We should make a hashtag for that, actually.
There should be Buff Andy. Andy Buff Unit?
Hashtag live FNAF fan art or whatever.
Oh.
Or FNAF Streamly fan art. Yeah, let's do that. Hashtag
okay.
FNAF Streamly fan art.
Okay, and, you mean FNAF or FUHNAFF?
Whatever you prefer, baby.
Okay,
it's your show.
Okay, let's do let's do FNAF. Okay, FNAF
Cool, okay.
Streamly fan art.
It's
Twitter.
like you don't know if you want to be that closely associated with what's about to happen.
Right. We'll keep it at arm's length.
So hashtag FNAF hashtag FNAF Streamly fan art.
Yep.
There we go.
And we'll look at them later maybe not on this stream, but maybe on the Streamly afterwards. Sorry, I interrupted.
It's all right. Kellen, you just want to go? You want to introduce yourself? Everyone knows.
Oh no, let's go in alphabetical
Everyone knows
order.
all of you, but
Let's make this simple. Let's go with Astrid. Hi,
okay, Astrid, go ahead.
Yeah.
Hi guys, I'm Astrid. I voice Cassie in the DLC Ruin.
Yay!
So I'm a newbie, and that's all I voice. So
Welcome.
Yay! Oh, it's so nice to have you. You did a great job in Ruin. You were awesome. We'll be talking more about that later. Cameron.
Hello, I am Cameron. I voice Monty Gator in Security Breach.
Yay!
Thank you very much. Okay. Yeah, that's.
Cameron's frozen for some reason.
Short and simple.
Well, okay, great.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was sad.
Not at all. You make me happy.
Trey.
Hi, I'm Atreyu. I work on FNAF costumes and animatronics and things. Yeah, that's
Yay!
it. Yeah,
Oh my gosh. I see your friends.
No
behind
regular
you.
sauce.
Yeah, Freddy's here with me. He's
Freddy is always here
he
with
likes
us.
to be on camera.
Is he moving?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Is he
alive.
moving?
Yeah, he's
Oh my
he's
gosh!
alive.
That is the job. That's.
You've held the
Just like-
controller, right, Marta?
I know, but I didn't expect the disembodied head over there to be just moving while
That's
the
why
thing's
I-
happening. Just this casual flex that he's doing. Just
Yeah,
like,
there's a soul
Moving.
inside his head. That's what I don't tell anybody. There's actually
Oh, right, yeah.
souls inside these heads.
Oh.
Is he moving on his own, or are you controlling him right now?
I don't know. Freddy, are you moving on your own?
You don't want to give away the magic.
Oh,
Fair enough.
eat the
That's
illusion.
why I said
That's
alas
so
poor Yorick
good.
earlier.
Oh, I get it now. Strike.
Hey,
Okay.
Chris, who are you?
Yeah, Chris,
Oh,
who are you?
Are you hosting this now, Calvin?
Right.
No.
Hello, everyone.
No.
Oh, someone left. Oh, he's back.
Oh,
I'm Chris
I'll
McCullough.
shush.
Hello.
I'll shush.
Okay, shut up. I'm Chris McCullough. I voiced Adventure Fredbear in FNAF World, Vlad in Sister Location, Pig Patch in Ultimate Custom Night, and then Foxy in Ultimate Custom Night, FNAF AR, which no one remembers, and Captain Foxy's Pirate Adventure over in Help Wanted.
Oh, wow.
Captain Pirate.
Captain
Wild.
Pirate, Foxy
I
Pirate.
like Captain Pirate. He's my favorite FNAF character.
All right, everyone in the chat, give me some art about Captain Pirate.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Heather, who are you? Tell us everything.
Hi, I'm Heather. I voice Circus Baby and Scrap Baby and Glam Chica and Vanessa.
Yay! Awesome. Legends.
Vanessa.
Ah!
That's
That was so cool.
Vanessa.
Do it again.
That's the TikTok meme, right? Vanessa. Material girl.
I'm just a fan.
We
Now
were.
I'm mentioning
we-
Glamrock Freddy as the voice in Mortal Kombat now.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah, let's do more other video game tie-ins. Everybody wants a FNAF Fortnite crossover. I would love
I
to
want
do
Mortal
that.
Kombat.
Mortal
That is
Kombat
the
would also
that
be
is the
fun.
game, the franchise of my childhood.
Oh, mine too, girl. Yes.
Yes.
Let's do that. Let's do it. Okay. Yes. Heather's on board. Let's go.
I'm on
Let's
board.
go. Oh, yeah. Chris is on board. Let's.
Springtrap and Dead by Daylight. That's what we want.
Oh, that'd be dope,
Ooh.
actually.
I
Oh,
love
yes.
that.
Yes.
The community has wanted that for a long time. But Marta, who are you?
Yeah, who are you, Marta?
That's a good question. How much time do we have?
therapist.
Hi everyone. Martha Sweetic. And I voiced Roxanne, Wolf, Vanny, and Gregory in Security Breach. So
Nice.
I've been around here for that long, but I kind of feel part of the furniture now.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's been
Aw.
it's been good. It's
Please
been good.
don't.
So cool. This is so cool having all of you. I'm freaking out. Tim, who are you? Hi, Tim.
Hey, everybody. Am I too loud?
No, you're great. You're
Perfect,
great.
yeah.
My name's Tim Simmons. I've been doing voice acting for, I don't know, 15 years. Anyway, I got this job. It was posted actually on one of these pay-to-play websites, which I use, and they just posted it, and I didn't know anything about the game. I just auditioned, and whoever hired me, it was for actually the Freddy Fazbear character.
Oh.
And they said, no, we like you better for Nightmare Freddy.
Oh,
Because
wow.
I guess the audition I did was maybe different than what they wanted, but they still wanted me to voice one of the characters. So that's how I got into this. It was
Yeah.
just sort of a random fluke because I don't
Wow.
know anybody at the game or anything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I voiced Nightmare Freddy.
Wow.
Is that the game?
That's the Ultimate
Oh,
Custom
the
Night game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good enough.
That's the only character that I have voiced.
That's awesome. Wow.
Pulling up.
The Living Tombstone is here. What the heck?
Hello.
Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
I'm Yoav. I'm Sam, and we are the
Living
Living
Tombstone.
Tombstone. We're known for. Woo!
That was the cutest thing
Yeah, sure.
ever.
Yeah.
You're adorable, yeah.
That's what we don't know with the Gen Sense and Five Nights at Freddy's songs. So, Five Nights at Freddy's, it's been so long. Dine of Fire, I got no time.
I Can't
They Can
Fix
Fix
You.
You, and then also
This Comes From Inside. The
and-
remix of Join Us for a Bite recently.
Yes. And one song that appeared in a thing that was a thing and was very
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
No, I'm very excited. I'm very glad to be here with everyone here. I'm so
Oh.
happy.
It's
Yeah,
awesome to have you.
definitely
And
a lot.
also your album 0_1, waiting for the next one. Just so you know.
Yes.
But yeah, you guys are legends. Everyone here is legends. So I want to get this out of the way. Everyone needs to know. Everyone's asking, who's your favorite FNAF character? Let's just go down the line. Let's just get it over with. Andy, go ahead.
Andy's muted.
Andy's muted.
Yeah. Okay, I'm unmuted now. So yeah, for sheer looks, I really like how Bonnie looks. Bonnie's cool.
Ooh, okay.
But for the lines, for the voice acting, Mr. Hippo still cracks me up.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And maybe it's just the whole scene that he's in where you cannot click away from that 5-minute monologue that he goes into when he kills you, and you just have to sit through it. And it's this rambling old
Classic
Hippo
Scott.
man.
Oh yeah, where's Joe?
Yeah, where's Joe? I'm surprised he wasn't part of this. He's probably
tried. I gave him Andrew's information, so.
Okay.
And Mr.
Maybe
Hippo
next time.
reminds me, I'm Southern, he reminds me of every old man at my church. It's just, you know, where you're like, I really just can't, I've got to avoid talking to this guy or he's going to keep me 4 minutes and talk about just what's going on in his life. You know, it's nothing, you know, and he's going to ramble. I love him.
Oh my gosh. What about you, Astrid? Do you have a favorite FNAF character? You're fairly new, so it's okay if you don't. But
I'm fairly new. I'm like super overwhelmed because I didn't know
it's all right.
what FNAF was when I was like auditioning, when I was like, recording. I was like, what is
Welcome.
this?
Yep.
So I've only really sort of played my own game, and I say that because my husband was playing it and I watched. But I think my favorite has got to be Eclipse.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That character is so terrifying and not at the same time.
Very juxtaposed.
I loved it.
Good choice. Do you have one, Cameron?
You know, I think I like Chica. Chica looks like you know, you want to. If I saw Chica in a hallway, I'd be like, oh, I want to pet you, and then I would get. I think would happen. It's one of those. It's like, oh, look at that eyeball's crazy, doing its own thing. I want to pet you, and yeah, it would end up badly.
The eyeballs are crazy.
Come here, I want to pet you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Trey, tell me.
I don't know. I don't know who my favorite character is.
Okay, next. Chris.
They both heads look at you.
Right?
Yeah. I don't know who my favorite character is. It's not like he's standing next to me. No. Freddy. Freddy's my favorite. He's,
yeah.
He's my favorite, I think.
Fair enough. Oh, that's cute. Chris?
Me? Ennard. Definitely Ennard.
Ooh, interesting.
Ennard's
Not
fun.
expect that.
Very fun. Ennard needs a voice.
Ennard does need a voice.
Well, technically, Ennard turns into Molten Freddy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sort of
so you already got that.
Good enough.
Kellen knows the lore. Oh my gosh.
I'm pretty sure Ennard does
Only what
talk,
kids
though.
tell me.
Doesn't Ennard talk in the boss fight?
In sister location?
Yeah.
Hey Scott,
that's
you in the chat. Can you help?
Yeah, right. That's Ennard is Heather actually. I don't know if Heather knew that. Yeah.
Trying to be like honest about it,
No.
but I was.
Speak up. We barely know.
No, that's Heather. And Heather, what is your favorite FNAF character? Do you have one?
I do. My favorite FNAF character is the daycare attendant.
Ooh.
Because come on.
Oh my gosh.
Ain't nothing more.
We love you too.
Oh.
Yeah, that one gets me.
Oh.
No.
Kellen.
I'm seeing in the chat. I'm just realizing now I forgot to introduce myself. I am Kellen Goff, and I voice Funtime Freddy. Glamrock Freddy, Sun and Moon and Eclipse, the daycare attendant, Fredbear, and Molten Freddy. And I think that's it.
Wild.
So far.
Wild.
So far. I think I'm Scott's personal meme now. along with Andy. My favorite's actually Mangle. I really like the weird body type, you know?
Yeah.
Like not to body shame or anything. I'm just saying compared to the others, it is very unique and I like different.
I can go with that. Interesting. Marta?
I like it.
Marta, are you with us?
The mimic.
The mimic.
No, it's Glamrock Freddy all the way.
Oh my gosh.
I can't help it. Glamrock Freddy is just so gosh darn lovable.
Yep.
I could go for the horror element and the weirdness, but I can't.
I agree.
That's why it was so much harder in Ruin to witness what you witness in Ruin. Is just, it's like no.
I love you too, Gregory.
I'm gonna pee my pants. I agree. I also Glamrock Freddy is mine.
We just started. Save
I know.
the pee for later.
I'm already. I have the
sprinkle the pee along the whole thing.
I have the diaper
Make
on.
sure
Don't
to
worry.
void your bladder before we start. Okay.
Right.
Stream 101.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to later from. Sorry, guys.
Tim, do you have a favorite FNAF character?
No, unfortunately, I haven't played any of the games.
That is all right.
The only games I actually watched on YouTube of this were like 5 years ago when those first ones were coming out and they didn't have voices.
Yeah. You know, Nightmare Freddy was actually my favorite FNAF character for a long time. So there you go.
Can I just break in and say that this has totally changed my Nightmare Freddy vision, and I really now I'm backing up because I didn't know you had a Southern accent, and now I'm backing it up, and all Nightmare Freddy has this Southern gentlemanly twang. I love it.
What a gift to relish, a victim that can't perish. Bring them up, boys.
Terrifying.
Awesome. Okay. Sam and Yoav, do you have a favorite FNAF character?
You want to go first?
Yeah, I think it's Foxy. Probably, I like Foxy.
That's a very good thing to say. I agree 100% there. Yes.
Oh, I'm freaking out.
I am a big fan of Security Breach, so I love Monty. But I also Vanny. All the Vanny content is great.
Yeah, fair enough. I wish we got more of Vanny, but yes, Vanny's also awesome. Okay, great. Are you satisfied, audience? Everyone's favorite FNAF characters out of the way. I got like 1,000 questions of that. Mine is Glamrock Freddy. Obviously, if you have any questions, I'm going to be looking at the chat also. Make sure to ask your questions for these wonderful people. But now we're going to do the more targeted questions.
Uh-oh.
So let's start with Living Tombstone. I saw a lot of questions, and I'm also curious about what your process. I don't know if you get this question a lot, but what your process is for making a song. Like, is it lyrics first? Is it beat first? Is it general ideas for what you want first? I'm curious.
Often it starts with Yoav making a voice memo on his phone.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
okay.
Like melody thing. It usually starts with a melody for me. Same in which lyrics come first, but we work together and basically figure out what's the best approach for things. But honestly, it's the fact that there's so many people in the fandom talking about what's important for everyone in terms of the lore and the characters especially. I mean, FNAF is all about the character design. It's been so good. That really is what inspires the songs to be made in the first place, because it's there's something for us to connect on level.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. I just think the community is super cool for that, for being so transparent on what they love and what they care about, and they make sure that everyone knows about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you kind of do have to have some sort of knowledge of the lore. Like, this comes from inside. I remember the music video. is
Oh,
so
yes.
cool. But it's like you do have like a certain understanding of the lore, so that's really cool. Do you remember like when you made the first Five Nights at Freddy's song? Do you remember like what that process was like? Was it different back then, or what was that time of your life like back then?
Oh wow, I was still kind of just living and breathing in my bedroom. I wasn't really like going anywhere. So it was basically like I had like this simple microphone, and all I did was sing the song poorly, but then because there's like a vocal effect on top of it, the idea was to be like, well, what if this represents the animatronics, and what would that mean? I think like at the time it just felt like the internet was my world, but now my world is my internet, you could say.
That makes sense.
Because it's like it's so different. Like now we're in this really nice studio, and I get to work with Sam, who's like a super talented dude, and part of the
Oh,
things of what I do is like attract cool people to work with, and hope to make cool stuff happen. So I'm very grateful that this is happening. Because I
yeah.
was in a totally different place.
And I will say that original like sung into the into the like inexpensive mic version of the FNAF 1 vocals.
Yeah.
It's something that we like to play at panels at cons too, because like Yoav is I don't know if anyone can relate to this. I am very disorganized in terms of my file management. I've tried to get better.
Me too.
Like for years and years, I would just save every file as some kind of key smash.
Oh
Or
yeah.
like it's like I have hundreds of files and projects that are just named like Floop. And I'm like, what is that? Yoav has like pretty well organized like all of his past projects. So like has all of the like project files for FNAF and all this. So like has the old like audio, the raw audio that went to vocoder and stuff like that, which we love to play because it's like
It's
you know
really funny.
it's young little Yoav saying like
Yeah.
we're waiting. It's so cute.
Just like a small fun fact about the first FNAF song. It's like on the second verse, because I was mostly speaking Hebrew at the time. I wasn't speaking as much English, and because of it, some of the way of pronouncing words was different. So on the second verse, you can hear me saying, "We're waiting every night." Oh wait, no, sorry, that's the first verse. I'm being silly right now.
We're really quite surprised.
We're really quite surprised. We get to see. So I say "not" instead of "night," so it
Yeah.
sounds like I'm saying "not."
Get to see you another night.
That's awesome.
And no one
That's so
notices.
cute.
No one says anything. So it's
Nope.
but I'm bringing this up, so it's probably gonna be so noticed. But
That's
funny.
awesome. That was great answers. I'm so satisfied. Thank you.
Yeah.
Trey, I have a question for you. This is from Golden on Twitter. I wanted to add on to this because I really liked it. They said, did the Glamrock Freddy suit meet your expectations when making it? And I wanted to ask, there's like that famous question of like, how do you know when the art you're making is done? Like, how do you know when a song is done? How do you know when, your painting is done, when you're truly done? And I wanted to ask, like, how do you know when a creature you're making is done? And do you struggle with that, or are you generally like content with what you end up with?
That's a tough one because, especially in the realm of making costumes, you can always add on to it. And to me, nothing's ever really done. Until I stop using it, it's never done. And even then, I can bring it back, so it's not even done. With Glamrock Freddy, that was my first project really like learning to 3D print. And I think I'm happy with it. I mean, I'm very happy with it. It came out very cool, I think. I'm very happy with the proportions of everything. He looks pretty much one-to-one with the game model, to me at least. And that's something very rare because I am a perfectionist. I want everything to look perfect.
Yeah.
And I'm happy enough with how he came out. But I don't think either of them are done. Like I'm still adding on to things and developing new little systems for them. Like I'm trying to figure out how to add his chest hatch back in because it used to open up.
Oh really?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to kind of engineer right now.
Yeah. Because I noticed you upgrade them over time. Like you added the red eyes to Freddy, classic Freddy for the movie, and I don't know, did he always have the red eyes? Oh, you just did it. You sneaky.
Well, those are the yellow eyes. Those are new because
Yeah.
I noticed they changed the red to yellow in the promotional material.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I mean, if there's something I want to add or something I want to change that I can change, I probably will if I have the time and money.
Yeah.
which is something I don't have much of.
Yeah. I see Andy's signing. So if you want to buy prints from all these people, all these wonderful people, you want to support all of these wonderful people. Also, Trey, that was a wonderful answer. Thank you. Link in the description, link in the pinned comment. Support these people. They're amazing. You guys did really good with the stream yesterday. I appreciate you for that. But so for the voice actors, I don't really have a single voice actor so whoever wants to jump on this one. A lot of the time, you're doing voices, and I don't know like all of the intricacies of like how you do your work, but a lot of the time I assume that you don't see like the final product of what it visually looks like. Like you're not going to see like for example, Marta, you're not going to see the scene with Cassie and Roxy, the emotional one with the carrot cake. You kind of have to imagine it in your head. Do you ever look at the final product and wish you did it differently? And or, because that's kind of a negative question, and or like what is that process like for voicing something that might be a little bit more difficult to imagine in your head? Anyone want to jump on that? Sorry, that's a complex question, but
I can jump on that one.
Sure.
Because when I did Vlad for Sister Location, myself and Amberly Connors, who did Clara, we did not talk to each other. So it was just basically, I really hope she says it this way type of thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, interesting.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it was both, Gregory and Glamrock Freddy for all of Security Breach. We hadn't met until like a year and a half after the game came out. We never like spoke.
I was curious about that.
All. And same with Astrid. This is the first time actually getting to like see and hear Astrid. I was like, she's real.
Yeah.
And for me, usually it's somebody else reading on the other side. Usually J-Top reading. I like having somebody read in the lines.
Yeah.
And they'll have an idea of what they'd like to have or what kind of energy level. And I'll honestly, the way you do it is you ask a lot of questions in terms of the setting and what because it's a spectrum. It's not like, okay, now this is sad. Like, what does that mean, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
There's so many nuances to it. So if you have somebody who has a very clear idea of what emotional tone this is supposed to hit, reading you in, that makes life so much easier. But it's extremely rare that you actually get to record with another human being in voice acting generally.
For
I
sure.
had that happen once, and that was for another game that's not out yet. And literally what happened in the studio, right? This was in a studio because normally I record remotely from like right over here. Went into the studio. I'm already in there. I'm like, all right, put the headphones on and okay, adjust the mic. That's the right height and all that. And all of a sudden, this guy walks in, and I'm like, "Well, you're not engineer. The engineer's over there." And we were both staring at each other. It's like, but this is our session. Have we been double booked? Like, what's going on? Even the engineer was confused because nobody told. It wasn't until the client who was calling in was like, no, we want them like in the room together. We're like,
oh wow,
whoa,
yeah,
it's happening.
Oh my gosh,
I'm recording I'm recording dialogue.
Yeah,
in real time. Oh my god. So so it's down to asking a lot of questions and having the right person with a very clear idea reading you in most of the time.
For sure.
Yeah.
But there are other not FNAF related other games where I did hear certain things. It's just for me, nobody else. Just like if you ever perform on stage and then one time it's like, I wish I had read that line differently, and it makes no difference to anybody else, but to you personally, you're like,
for sure. Usually things come
happen.
together pretty well. Like I was for everything. Yeah, usually it works out pretty well. Kellen, did you want to say something on that or no?
Just that it's becoming rarer and rarer to see ensemble reads nowadays. So I also cherish when I get to read alongside someone else. For most of FNAF or all of FNAF basically, and really have anybody to read with except for Security Breach and the games beyond that, where we did have a J-Top Jason Toplowski, and I believe that's how to pronounce his last name. Don't kill me.
And I think it's Topolsky. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Topolsky? Okay.
I think so.
Topolsky, yeah.
What do you mean doesn't matter? Oh, you better not
J-Top.
be watching.
He might be
it's just
watching.
J-Top. We call him J-Top for ease. And
Yeah.
Brian Freiermuth,
Yep.
who are always with us, or at least always with me in the recording sessions for Security Breach and on. J-Top does a pretty good Gregory, and I have heard he does an okay Glamrock Freddy as well. So J-Top's kind of our buffer between me and Marta.
A better Cassie than you'd expect.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
He should just voice everybody.
Right.
What are we doing there?
There just needs to be a version of Security Breach with just J-Top's voice. All
I
the
think
sound
that
effects,
needs to
all the
happen.
voices.
Next stream is just a reading by Jason Topolsky.
Right.
But yeah, it didn't used to be that way for the games before Security Breach when Steelwool wasn't there. Scott would, at least with me, he would just send me the lines without any other lines in the script, just my lines, and I would have to try and fill in the blanks from there.
Yeah.
So
I guess that's more what I was talking about, like the early on, like no context whatsoever of like what's happening, right?
Shot in the dark mostly, yeah.
Right.
Right, Ellen, because in the very beginning, Scott was just venturing into getting voices, and so you don't know who you can trust.
Right.
And so in the very beginning, the details that he gave, at least me, were so sparse, like
vague.
come on.
Very vague.
And then I'm reading about ice cream coming out of my stomach, and I don't know what to do with that, right?
Yeah.
And so I would ask him questions sometimes, and his answers were super, super cryptic and super, and so for me, whenever I saw, which is so smart, right? Good for him. Yes, Scott.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's paid off many times.
Oh, for sure.
Right? So seeing it for the first time was like, oh, now I get it. So I definitely, when I saw it, it was like, it all came together. It made sense.
For sure. So you really trusted Scott, and he, pulled through.
And it was, what made it really easy to trust Scott too is the writing was so amazing. Like you could tell this was going to be so amazing because it wasn't your typical, there are wonderful video games. So hear me. There are wonderful video games, but lots of video games, the voiceover is sort of one-dimensional. I'm the tough guy. I'm the whatever.
Right.
And it was just so so deep and twisted and whatever. Yeah.
Wow.
Agreed.
Awesome.
Yeah. Great answer. So, who do we do next? Let's do Andy. I had an interesting question because you've done a lot of big companies. Like you've worked with a lot of companies like Nike and Walmart. Where's like the weirdest place you've heard your voice? Like, is there a random place you're like, oh, that's my voice over the speaker?
Well, wait.
Oh, I think Andy's muted.
Can't hear you, bud.
Oh,
no.
Oh, you are muted. Did you mute yourself?
No. Are you using a preamp? Did you hit the what's it called? Maybe leave the call, come back in.
Yeah, leave the call, come back if you want.
You got a question for
anybody else? I can do. No, okay. I can do at. Oh, wait.
Hey, I can hear you guys.
There you are. Hey, Andy.
Okay. Hey,
welcome back.
But I can't see my thing anymore. Hang on, I can see Astrid. So what's up? This has been another episode of Your Dad Learns Technology. Let's see. How do I get back to the chat?
The most entertaining show in America. Watch Dad try to figure out Discord.
Wait,
I would watch that actually.
There we go. I can see everything now, and maybe
you're watching it right now.
Right.
Hey, here we go.
You're back.
Okay, so the weirdest place I've heard myself, and it's the biggest place I've heard myself lately is if you watch sports at all. I'm on all the Invesco commercials, so I'm the one that says anyone can be an agent of innovation with Invesco QQQ, and then I go into a long legal read about being careful before you invest. But probably the most interesting lately. I used to be a middle school teacher. And it's been a few years, so a lot of my middle schoolers have graduated college and gone on to be grown-ups now. And one of them messaged me the other day and said, "Did you narrate this e-learning course?" And he was having to take some employment course about, I don't know, sexual harassment or, taxes or whatever. I don't know, because it's something that, and he like played me a video and I was like, that totally is me. I can't believe it. So this guy was like, I can't believe my favorite teacher is narrating my e-learning course for my job now. So that, I don't know, I just kind of pop up. And then probably the coolest thing recently that, I mean, everybody knows FNAF. And so everybody on social media is like, FNAF. And I narrated this law school study guide for years and years and years. They were my biggest client. And all the time, law students would say, I can't believe the guy from FNAF is narrating my law school study guide. But this past year, I had a connection between two voiceovers that was not FNAF related at all. And the guy said, every time I hear an Invesco commercial, it gives me nightmares of law school, because he connected my Invesco commercial to his many, many nights of, I mean, I narrated thousands, probably 5,000, 6,000 legal videos for that company. So it's fun. It's fun to be places where people hear you.
Yeah, I swear I've been like watching random commercials on my TV and I'm like, oh my god, is that Andy? Like I feel like I'm going crazy all the time. But yeah, you're awesome.
Thank you.
Astrid, you are the newcomer, probably the newest person, voice actor added to the group. I think it would be cool to like learn a little bit about how you got into this and who you are and stuff like that. What was your experience like voicing Cassie? I assume this is like the biggest game you've been a part of. So
Yes,
I would love to hear
definitely.
what your experience is with that.
Well, it's pretty surreal. So I started voice acting late 2020. And I'm actually an optometrist. So like
Oh,
the
wow.
lamest job ever, optometrist.
No, that's awesome.
So I started acting in like more like 2021. So it was just like all training and stuff. And I'm not even sure how I got this audition. It was just in my email somewhere. But yeah, no, everything is just so new and really, really surreal. So I don't know.
Yeah. Is it
I don't know how
weird
to
like
answer that.
yeah.
Astrid J-Top had said that you had done his glasses with him before you even met him for this. Is that true?
I can neither
I heard that
confirm nor
story.
deny any HIPAA-related things.
Fair enough. My apologies. My apologies.
Oh my gosh,
Man.
that's iconic. That's wild. So did it also appear in your email, or was this a J-Top thing?
No, it was so I'm on the PGM VO list, so it's for people of color. So maybe it was from there. But after our session, he was like, I think I know you. And I was like, I think I know you too, but I didn't want to say anything. And it was like, ugh.
That's so funny.
Goodness. That's awesome.
But there's a
Such a
line.
small world.
There's a line in the game where it's like, ill eyeballs, right? So I was
Yeah.
like, so did you guys know, like, I'm an optometrist, I love this line. And they were like, yeah. So I think that's what kind of clued him in.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
funny.
That's awesome. Well, you did a great job. Like it's an honor to have you here. So thank you for everything. Cameron. Hello, Cameron. How are you?
Hello. I'm good. Can I say one thing real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm fanboying for the Living Tombstone right now. I'm like, holy, they're here. It's them. Oh my goodness. I went down a huge rabbit hole YouTube the other night. You guys, I mean, I've been jamming out to Five Nights at Freddy's for the song for. Man, it's like, I'm going nuts right now.
Wow.
Like it's them. Like as
we're fanboying Monty Gator.
Yeah, exactly. We love Monty Gator.
as we're talking, if you see me looking down, it's me looking at pictures. Like, yep, that's them. That's them. That's here. So,
awesome.
But anyway.
Oh, that's awesome.
The song is in my head. I want to sing it right now.
Oh.
A bunch. I think it means a lot. Like we said, we love Monty Gator, and we have like Should we say it? We
Yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
plans for a Monty Gator?
Yeah, we'd love to do a Monty song.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah, all he does is just grunt, so there's not gonna be.
This doesn't happen with him in the game. I feel like it's interesting stuff. So we want to take it. You know, it's we like storytelling in our songs.
Yeah,
I think this is very interesting stuff there.
Okay, good.
It's gonna be very cool.
So
just be,
just remix that.
We'll get a lot of like grunt.
No. Grunt would be really cool in sound design. I think it would be dope.
That's awesome. Seeing people I fanboy over other people I fanboy is kind of weird. But Cameron, for Ruin, your part was a lot of like what was that like?
It was look. It's just you need a lot of throat lozenges. I guess that's about it. That's what it's like. You know, just coat the throat and you're good.
Yeah.
Wasn't much to it. I wish I could say more about. I don't know if I can at this time.
I would be careful. Yeah.
So I don't know how to dance around that.
Oh, I don't know what you're referring to, but
it was fun. I know I can't even say what I'm referring to.
Okay. Then don't. Just be safe. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. How about
Okay.
Totally not the question you just asked me, but
That's
I want to know if anyone else had this experience. I don't know if I should be offended or not, but I was on Instagram and someone saw my picture related to Monty Gator, and they go, I would have never guessed that's what Monty's voice character looked like. Laugh, smiley face, laugh. And yeah, I don't know if should I be offended?
I've gotten that too.
Like, what were they?
I mean, look, it's the internet.
Maybe they're just shocked at how handsome you are. Maybe it's just, man, what a good-looking fella that is doing all these voices. Why aren't they on camera? I think that's what that comment was.
Right.
There you go.
I think Cameron froze.
Cameron.
That's a great pose, though.
That's great.
He's just so shocked at the answer.
There we go. You're back.
Whoever said that, I hope you're in the chat right now.
Because I want to talk.
Yeah,
I want to talk.
We're gonna have a nice discussion now.
Right.
Chat
We
is
can
going
the parking lot.
100 miles an hour.
Yeah. Were you expecting Dwayne Johnson, sir?
You gotta admit that would have been cool in an alternate universe. Dwayne Johnson, Monty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been.
Oh my gosh.
Just all eyebrows.
Dwayne Monson.
Okay, so the Living Tombstone, going back around, kind of. I don't know if you can answer this question, but I got a lot of questions about this. Would you ever make songs for the FNAF games that you missed? Like a FNAF 6 song, or you know.
And also, and also Ultimate Custom Night. I think honestly, it would be really cool to kind of like go to the games that we have missed and make songs about them as well, because it's not like, you know, I think at this point there's a lot of really cool stuff to cover with them, and with all the experience we have now, it would be really cool to come back to it.
Right.
And just it's kind of like OCD. It's like you want to make sure that all the games get accounted for and make songs about them. Would be really cool.
Yeah, I mean, one of the fun things that I feel like we've tried to do I think particularly in This Comes From Inside is in the video content, even though This Comes From Inside is like, it's a security breach song.
Yeah.
But I think in the video content, we definitely tried to nod at canon other games too. So I think, even if there isn't a specific Ultimate Custom Night, song, like I feel like it's stuff that can get, because the lore intermingles so much, it can get baked in to other
Interesting. Okay, I think people will really love that. There might be some news tweets on Twitter about that one, but thank you, I appreciate that. I'm looking forward to that. Tim, how are you? Tim, how are you doing? Do you need water? You good? No, you're good. Okay.
Is that the
I need water.
question?
Yeah, that's the question. Next, Marta. Marta, what was it? I'm just kidding.
I need water.
Tim,
Hashtag water.
Tim, you haven't met any of these other voice actors, correct?
I saw Marta's name on Twitter. That's the
Nice.
extent.
We'll take it.
I win.
It's
I
a
win.
Yeah.
I also saw Kellen's name, but like as far as like faces and other names, they probably just like I might have seen them, but like it's like into the chat how everything scrolls. And
yeah, for sure.
Like a dream, I saw somebody else, but no, I'm not familiar because, like I say, I had zilch to do with anything. I just happened to voice and I'm
that's
on
fair.
board.
And I wanted to.
So I haven't reached out. I live in a cave, and I'm very like shy, pretty much.
No, it's all right. I wanted to dive into that.
Too.
I wanted to dive into that a little bit because I feel like the audience might not know as much about you. Like, how did you get into voice acting? What is your career like? Tell us about you. I want to know everything.
Wow.
Everything.
You only like this much.
Let's go for use. Sorry.
Whatever you're comfortable with sharing,
Okay, let's see. As you can probably tell, I have a kind of Southern accent. I don't know. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say it is?
6.
Yeah, I'd say
7.
6. Oh.
I don't know why I'm yelling.
On brand for Monty.
It's okay. That's what Monty does. You're in character.
Right.
I'm going to hang myself. A 7. Come on. Okay, I'll try not to sound Southern. I don't know. Anyway.
Oh, Steel Studios is in the chat. Hi, Steel Studios.
Raised in the South.
Hi.
Sorry, Tim.
Hi, boss. We haven't said nothing. Don't worry. We're good. We're all good here. NDAs are intact.
Right. I'm being careful.
They
Anyways,
asked me a question. Should I answer that after
yeah, we'll do after Tim. Go ahead, Tim.
So anyway, long story short, I've always been artistic and creative minded, and then I started just doing jobs that had nothing to do with that, I programmed computers for FedEx and taught some college things, and which was not really what I enjoyed. I mean, it was just a job.
Yeah.
I did it. I did the best I could. But then I got canned at this other job. I was a contractor. I got laid off and I had some health issues. So I stayed home. And some guy on a phone, a friend of mine, said, "You do good voices." And I've been doing voices for my whole life, cartoon voices and stuff. And I'm like, I guess. I told him. And then I just like, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? Like, because I didn't have this, I'm going to do voiceover or I'm going to play guitar. I've been playing guitar for 50 years in studios and bands and stuff. So I'm like, what am I going to do? And I just signed up for this website out of desperation, I guess. And I started auditioning.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yep.
But I want to get off of that. I don't want to be on there. But anyway, I'm trying to wean myself off of that. But so I just started auditioning the jobs that came in. And long story short, I landed jobs and I landed more jobs. And then I started realizing that I really like the character stuff more than the pure narration or car commercial. I was just seemed like better fitted, I think. My voice probably isn't this golden, Acura. It's not that deep. But it could be old. It could be that movie trailer thing. But so anyway, I just realized that I do better at things that sound like probably a little off the beaten path. And that's it. I mean, I literally every day just auditioned. I mean, I got emails. I auditioned. I would audition 100 jobs and land 3.
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right.
And I just sheer numbers.
Yeah.
I just audition, and I don't use this voice
for sure.
This is just my Southern,
Yeah, it's
Where
so
you from?
weird.
Heather, you're going to
I'm
get.
a Southerner too. Where are you from, Tim?
What?
Oh, where are you from, Tim?
Where are you from?
Oh, the Mid South. Let's just keep it general.
Yeah, fair enough.
Central Standard Time.
I didn't mean it as like a negative. My family's from the South, so it's very homey to me.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm from North Carolina, so I was just asking. I'm from Asheville, North Carolina, so I didn't know if you were anywhere near around.
Yeah, I'm more to the west.
Okay.
I got
Pretty much.
family in Asheville. Shout out to Asheville.
Oh, nice.
See, I love to live in Tombstone.
Hey.
We're bonding. Also, real quick, Kellen, I want to say,
Yes, Manfred.
No one needs a water bottle that big. I saw it. I saw you.
I disagree. I go through this thing once every day. I feel fantastic.
That's his daily intake right there.
This is big. Look at that.
Yes. Nectar of the gods.
Nitrogen monoxide. Oh, what a rush.
Yes, sky tears get in my body. Yes. Yeah. I am a camel man.
That makes Kellen so iconic. You know, you don't need to see him yet. You just see the bottle.
Right.
Thank you, Martha.
Right.
It used to be the hoodies. Now it's the bottle.
The hoodies here. I'm just too hot.
I want to point out real quick. At 11, we got to hit the road. We're heading down to San Diego for a show.
Oh my gosh!
If you got a last question for us, we'd love to hit it before we.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Can you sing a song about being on the road to a show in San Diego right now? On your mark, get set, go.
We're driving down the road. Okay, I have one more question for Living Tombstone. Also, thank you, Tim. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. You're awesome.
Can I interject real quickly?
Yeah,
I have a
real
question.
quick. Go ahead.
When do we do our live stream prints?
That is the next live stream. So when this one's over, you'll be redirected. Andrew will help you go to that one. So don't worry about that. You can sign some right now if you want to. No
Yeah,
worries.
Andy's been signing them the whole time.
Right.
If you want to just start on them.
Right. But the Living... Sure.
Just wondering.
Living Tombstone. Okay, I had one more question. I don't know. This one's an interesting one. I've noticed that on TikTok, your songs are kind of blowing up. Like, your songs are huge on. There's some songs I'm like, oh my god, that is a Living Tombstone song. Like, all over the place. Have you noticed like this renaissance of your songs through TikTok? Like, do you even think about TikTok? Like, what?
Sure.
How does? Go ahead.
I think like it's just what should you say? It's like all these trends are because like those songs existed on YouTube before, so a lot of people already have like a connection to them to the things that are like the games that are about, like let's say No Mercy is a famous example because when that blew up, it was about Overwatch, but because the song already had enough context to people that this is what it's about, it made people know how to start it on TikTok because of the duet feature. I mean, maybe I'll be Tracer, I'm already Tracer is like perfect.
Yeah.
Format.
I think part of it is like we've just been really lucky in terms of like I think the like 8 years ago kind of the age demo for TLT music was like people in their early to mid teens.
Yep.
And like now they're in their like early and mid 20s.
For sure.
And they're on TikTok and like that is I think this is probably true for everyone. The music you love as a teenager kind of stays with you forever.
Yeah.
And so I think now that there are people, TikTok is such an audio motivated platform.
For sure.
That the music that a lot of the folks on TikTok are like really attached to is the stuff they loved at the time they were getting into TLT.
For sure.
And so I think that's been like really like lucky for us. Like it's been great. Been like kind of Thank you, TikTok.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true. I hope you guys are getting a bag for that.
No, but it's the fact that everyone like still could buy the Living Tombstone since they were very young. So the fact that everyone comes to us about, oh, you made that childhood, the fact that they stayed for that decade plus is crazy.
And it's wild because like we're still. I got my car fixed the other day, and like 2 seats away in the waiting room was like a 12-year-old showing her dad the first FNAF song for the first time.
Oh,
which like blew my mind that it's, there is still this appeal.
Yeah.
And like there are like because new people are getting into FNAF all the time, especially now with the cinematic release. So it's like there's there's constantly this influx of new people discovering it, and then kind of discovering us, which is amazing.
Yeah, I think nostalgia is very powerful. Like I think especially I don't listen to Taylor Swift much, but Taylor Swift right now, like re-recording your albums, like they're doing better than they did before. It's because nostalgia is so powerful. But you guys, I can let you guys go if you need to go. I really appreciate you guys being here. Like it's an honor to meet you guys. So thank you for everything you've done. Seriously.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us on the stream, and thank you everyone else who are on the stream.
Always good hanging out with all of you guys.
Yeah.
No, good to see you, boys.
A good look at the show tonight.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I will be telling everyone on Twitter that we are best friends now.
We are best friends.
And
Sure, we're best friends.
Yes, and it.
Yes.
Let's do another song soon, guys. The last one was fun.
I miss you. We'd love to do this song.
Yeah. Come
Heck yeah.
visit.
And
Yes.
We'll go. I have to come out there in order to record. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Drive safe.
Bye.
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
Yeah. Yeah, for those who didn't know, I did an Among Us song with them a while back. I don't know if that was before the Glam Freddy memes or because of. I was going to ask that, but oh well.
Yeah. Trey, do you want to answer the question that Steve asked? It was Sauce. What's your fave animatronic you've ever made?
Eclipse.
Oh, for sure.
I think
that was so cool.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think that's the answer they wanted, and it's also the true answer. Eclipse was my favorite because that thing was a monster, and Kellen, hearing your voice into that thing when I was testing it, like it would. When I was testing it, I had like a really loud speaker, and we're in the middle of a neighborhood in Texas. It was around 12ish. And I was testing the security alert, and it was so loud. And I feel like if you were outside my house, you could probably hear it. And I was kind of concerned people would call the cops because he was just screaming.
Oh, I wish they did. Wouldn't that have been a story?
That would have been awesome. I would have been okay with that.
That would have been a real security alert.
Right.
Are we allowed to talk about the original plans for Eclipse? What you wanted to do before it ended up just being the sound clips?
I mean, I can say that it responded to live voice input, and
right. So you wanted me to be behind and puppeting it in the beginning at PAX.
Yes.
Yeah. It didn't work out that way. We did do it for Glam Freddy though, and that was a lot of fun walking around with Glam Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would have been hard to get you in two places at once in the first place. So.
Yeah. If only.
And Heather, there was Trey made the. I don't know if you saw it at PAX, but the giant baby head.
Oh, you did. That's right.
Heather, did I not show you baby?
I've been super out of everything. I haven't seen anything, but now that I know this, I'm totally gonna go.
Trey, you gotta show Heather.
I'll send you a bunch of pictures because I've got like some behind the scenes pictures I can show you of that build.
Yeah, it was so weird seeing baby's head in real life. It was so weird. Question for Marta and anyone who's really done like any like on camera work. Like what is the process different? I mean, obviously it is, but mentally, like what is it like? What do you like more? What is like the process for you acting wise? How does it differ from like on camera and voice?
I mean, it's a very different process, but there's something very freeing in the booth because whatever this is doing doesn't matter, right? And so I like, I'm for believer like voice follows the body. Like the voice for me and my process as such is like the last thing in that chain. So I'm like constantly trying to, like, for example, if a character is like looking down and reading or whatever, I try to actually like move the mic and sort of do that because the position, everything affects what it sounds like.
For sure.
And so I get very, very like physically engaged in it.
Yeah.
Whereas on camera, you gotta kind of think,
about everything.
Angles, what you look like, is you have other people looking, is this folded just right? Does like your collar, whatever. Oh, wait for makeup. In between each take, obviously you have to reset everything. If for example, like with I Am Rage, where we're doing all of those fight scenes, during one of them, for example, if I hit the ground in the wrong angle and my wonderful makeup has just been caked in mud, we're gonna have to take a break.
Yep.
That did happen.
Yep.
I full on ate it. It was funny though. It was really funny. There's all these things, and also performance for games. Games are very hyper real.
Yeah.
I'm not talking just about Five Nights at Freddy's,
Yeah.
which is obviously it's a very, very big game, and the performances are always dialed up.
Yeah.
But generally, because still there's this sort of lack of detail. It's always slightly more performative. I always find acting for video games, whether it's voice, whether it's motion capture, is much closer to theater.
Yes, I was
than
about
it
to say
is
that.
to screen work.
Yeah.
So on screen, you have to really learn. It was actually a real adjustment for me to learn how to bring it back and feel like that slight nuance. I feel like I'm sure the camera's not picking this up. This is like, I feel like I'm just having this in my head and nobody's reading it. But on camera, it picks up the slightest nuance.
Yeah.
So well. So being able to jump and adjust from one medium to another has been a really interesting learning process. And obviously I'm pursuing more and more on camera work now, but it's just that's the big difference. That's the big difference. I find that video games are much closer to theater in terms of the size of the performance and sort of the things you have to look out for
sure
than on screen. And sometimes I almost feel people say, oh, I like it's super restrictive because you have only your voice to express everything you want to express. But for me, actually, often camera is extremely restrictive.
Oh, for sure.
Because I can't just be unleashed. I feel like when I walk into the studio, and especially I love working with Steel Wolf for this because they just get it. They just say, okay, we're doing this. And then I feel like that really excitable dog that's just been let off the leash and it's just like bouncing around.
Yeah.
the park. That's what's happening in my head. When I'm
It's so much
recording.
fun.
It's so good, but it's so good, especially when you just have the freedom, and if you go too big, who cares? You can just immediately do another take. Whereas with screen, you do the take and then okay, reset, back to first. Okay, is light ready? Is sound ready? Is this ready? Is is makeup happy?
First lunch.
Yeah. How close are we to lunch?
Right.
Like for a fight scene, a 5-minute fight scene, which usually takes days to do, we didn't get to the first phrase of the fight until like late in the morning.
Yeah.
And so they go like, okay, we're gonna do this and really fast and really furious and go, and we're just like, wailing on each other.
Yeah.
And we finish the first phrase of the fight, which is the first sort of, I don't know, like first 10 seconds, literally 15 seconds. And they're like, okay, great, awesome. Lunch. We're like, what? We just got into it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I digress. I can talk about this all day.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And auditions are the same. It's voiceover auditions. I'm like, say to my wife, hey, thanks for lunch. I'm gonna run up and knock out a couple of auditions here.
Yeah.
On camera, man, it's all day, man. I gotta get my studio's not set up for it.
Yep.
Gotta pull down the back.
Yeah.
You gotta be off book or as close as you can be.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my
I was
gosh.
gonna say, that's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah.
But off book. I hate being off book.
Yeah.
I can't memorize to save my life.
Yeah, it's been and then you got to have a reader. You got to you don't have to have a reader for voiceover auditions. And half the time I can't find a reader, so I'm like recording the lines myself. I've got a cool little app that I can kind of disguise the voice, and it sounds like another dude standing in the back of the room reading the lines and stuff like that. But
But I mean, even for mocap, like a lot of the same applies for mocap auditions. You usually have to have a reader, and it's like full on, like you're auditioning for screen, except that you have to have it wider angle. Like film auditions are like here.
Yeah.
Self tapes, whereas for motion capture, you need to see you move. So it's like, how do I find in my apartment a space big enough that you see
Right.
most of my body, and it's a blank background, and it's lit evenly,
Yep.
and all that. I mean, I'm lucky enough to be able to memorize lines super quickly.
Yeah.
However, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I've recently found that the audition scripts are getting long, really long.
Very long.
I'm like, I had a 5-page mocap audition. 5 pages. I'm like,
That's
it's
too
gonna
many.
take me a full day to just remember this well enough to then be able to act around it. Like,
That's too much.
Yeah,
it
that's
was
too
like
much.
a 5-minute self-tape. I'm like, who's gonna watch
Oh
that?
wow, that's wild.
So yeah, so it's been crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy going from medium to medium. It's really like, just because you know one side of it, it's it doesn't mean that you're gonna be able to just jump into the next one.
For sure, you're booked and busy. You're booked and busy, bro.
Yeah.
I'm curious, Astrid. One of your characters.
Sorry, I'm like distracted because Kellen's doing something.
I know
and I'm
Kellen
trying
is
to
doing.
figure
It's just
out
being
how
Kellen.
he's doing
He's
that.
making his
Everybody-
thing look really nice.
Everybody keeps asking, who are these people? I figured I'd make it easy for them.
I know. I'm sorry. I should have put names up there.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to draw attention to me. I'm just trying to make it easy for the. What was the question for Astrid?
Ellen, can you put a hand unit up on my screen?
Oh my god.
I can't control yours. This is called Minicam. It's
job.
fantastic.
Oh my
You did it. I
gosh.
appreciate it. Good job.
Oh, look at that. Hey. Oh, that's the original that Jessica made, yeah?
It is.
Once upon a time. She says hi.
He's
Aw.
awesome.
That's awesome. I know I should have put your names. I'm sorry. I was so busy.
That's
But
cool.
I assume everyone
Fine.
knows who you are. You're all
That's-
famous.
You assume.
You're
You
famous.
assumed.
I assumed. Astrid, one of the only things we know about your character, well, two things, is she loves carrot cake, and she was born on the 11th. Do you actually like carrot cake in real life? And were you actually born on the 11th?
I actually don't like cake.
Me neither.
Or
Oh, I feel
baked
seen.
goods
Are you
in
serious?
general.
Oh no, you
So
lost me.
So I love to bake. I just want to put that out there. But I don't like eating baked goods unless it's processed.
Oh.
Like, I know it's definitely
Oh,
not
Heather
raw.
fell out of
Like,
her
can I
chair.
eat raw
Even though-
flour?
Heather, no.
I think
Sorry.
literally my whole world is crumbling.
Like, if I see a cake and
in
they're
my
like, "Do you want a
eyes.
cake?" I'm like, "All right, I'll eat it."
Yeah. Oh wow.
No,
Oh, yeah.
hand me the ding dong wrapper. That's what I
Ding dong wrapper.
I mean, I love Twinkies.
Yeah.
I need to know it's cooked.
Yeah, I agree. I also don't like cake. I honestly would rather have a cupcake, which is like the same thing. I don't know. I'm weird. Whatever. I'm quirky. I'm quirky.
Love cake
I like
'cause it's more
cupcake.
cooked. There's more
I like
surface
cupcakes. I'm
area.
so weird. I love cupcakes,
I
man.
love cupcakes. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, God.
Okay, but
My
the
heart.
real
My favorite
question is, do you eat the frosting? Is frosting too much for you guys? Because I can't do frosting.
No,
hate
I
frosting.
don't eat the frosting. No.
I just scoop it out of the
It
little
can
container.
be. Oh, you eat the frosting by the spoon?
People.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're a
exactly.
baker and you want to cheat, you're gonna buy
Look,
the pre-made frosting.
Steelwill is judging. They just put a skull emoji in the chat, so thank you, Steelwill, for
well, okay.
that.
Cake is alive. We know
Cake.
that.
Can I have everybody's just mail it to me, okay? Because I will have
Right.
cake, frosting,
Yeah.
everything,
Same. I will eat
everything.
Marta,
anything with sugar.
Marta,
everything.
I saw your reaction there. You're like, I can tell you're angry. But look, if it makes you feel any better, right now I'm eating a cookie. I've been eating a cookie for breakfast. I love cookies. I have they had like an insomnia cookies, Freddy Fazbear
Yeah.
pizza thing.
Ooh,
And
those
I've
are
been
good.
eating that. Yeah, I've been eating that for the past 3 days, and I'm finishing that right now. So I love sweets. I just can't do frosting.
I just
Oh,
No
don't know how
frosting,
you
too
can
much
take
sugar.
more than one sitting to eat a cookie, or more than a minute. If it's got sugar in it, I'm gonna eat it. So.
Okay.
I'm gonna need to, after this stream. I'm gonna need to I feel I need to go on a retreat
yeah.
with cake to recover from this.
Yeah.
I'm
Cake
so
retreat.
sorry.
A cake
Every
retreat.
time I say it, people get angry, so I'm sorry.
No,
It's
it's
just-
all right.
Just I'm not
I
angry.
think it's funny.
Just
It's
disappointed.
morally wrong, and you need to learn from society that this is unacceptable. That's just
You
Well, the reason
Look,
why I
Astrid,
don't is
you
because
come
I
to
ate.
my house. You come to my house and I cook for you.
Oh, what's that Slovenian dessert you were talking about that one night?
Ooh.
Oh, it's called a kremschnita.
Yeah.
Which literally is I wouldn't even call it. It's like it's not even cake. It's literally like really thick custard. Custard so thick that it stands on it by itself.
That sounds good.
Oh,
So it's like literally it's like a little bit of a phyllo pastry underneath, like little tiny bit just for structural integrity, and like a layer this thick of custard, and it's like cut into squares, but it stands by itself, and then a layer of like almost like a soft meringue on top, just a little bit like that, and then another little bit of phyllo pastry and like dusted with powdered sugar, and it is. Oh my god, it is to die for.
Custard?
Sorry?
What's the flavor?
Dylan's trying to think if he can put it in his
Custard.
water bottle.
It's like vanilla custard, like
Mix
the
it
most
up like
traditional,
protein powder.
like eggy custard, like rich, sweet custard. Oh, it's so good.
Steeble Studios,
so good.
Steeble Studios in chat just said that cupcakes are better than cake. So
I agree.
I think
I agree.
Steeble Studios need to
Cake's on the boat.
have a meeting about that and reevaluate
Yeah.
that statement.
I agree.
Ashes. If
Well,
you're
it's
the
easier to
person
walk
there,
around with cupcakes.
if it's Ashes there, commenting that, I just want you to know that you're wrong. And
Wait, what?
I'm going to talk to you about this later.
Ashes
I
is
think-
the
I think
social media
cake-
manager for Steeble Studios.
Yeah, cake is the better version because it's got more of the bread. You know, less frosting, more bread.
More of
you
the
know.
bread.
Soft on the inside.
That's what it is.
Right. I understand.
Hard here. Come on.
I
Is it
yeah.
soft or is it raw? Like.
Yeah.
Oh, raw is better. Just a little bit raw on the inside gets a little. Come on. It's good. It's all good.
No.
Okay. Okay.
I think it's all good.
Yeah, it's
I
all
agree.
good.
Every-
just like to
I really
I love
enjoy our
eating.
food discussions.
Yeah,
on
this is
here.
great. Let's do 2 more questions and then I'll let you go for the next stream because you guys have another stream to do. But let's do for Trey. When did you start? What pushed you to start making stuff like you do? Your creatures, like where we want to know how you started. Go tell us everything.
Okay, I'm gonna have to make this kind of short because I don't want to talk about this for very long. Because I can go on for a while.
Fair enough.
Long story short, my dad's a big nerd. He brought me to a Comic-Con when I was like 9.
Oh.
And I dressed up as Luigi, and he told me I could dress up, so I dressed up as Luigi, and I went to a thrift store and I bought a vacuum cleaner, spray painted it red, duct tape backpack straps to it, and I made the Poltergeist from Luigi's Mansion.
Oh.
And I have this one experience where there were, some cons have like, they have like the 501st for Star Wars, or they have Ghostbusters there.
Mm-hmm.
The Ghostbusters saw me, and I got a bunch of pictures of them that made me the happiest ever. And then from there, I got really into cons, and I got really into cosplaying. And then, I got really into making larger scale builds. I remember the first thing I really built was Sans from Undertale. I just built the head,
Mm-hmm.
and it looked horrible, but it felt good to be Sans. I love Sans.
Yeah.
And then from there, I went into working with foam, and had some friends in the furry community that like basically kind of got me into crafting with foam. And from there, I just kind of started building Freddy stuff and never stopped because FNAF is a very special interest in my brain that I can't get out.
Yeah. Same.
And it just kind of evolved, and I got into animatronics because Disney started putting the animatronic things in their heads at their parks, and I was like, why can't I do that? And
Yeah.
then I started doing it, and I realized how easy it was, and now I'm doing that,
That's awesome.
as my job.
You're awesome.
You look
You've done
great
such a
too,
good
man.
job. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Wild.
Freaking
Okay.
prodigy.
Literally. So everyone's asking, a lot of people in my chat have been asking what everyone's favorite line of theirs is. So if we could go around just as a final thing, everyone's favorite, most iconic line, or go ahead, start, Andy.
It's still the Eggs Benedict, even though the
Oh, for
Exotic
sure.
Butters is the one that's most iconic. Eggs Benedict was the surprise.
Yeah.
You didn't know what this game was like.
Yeah.
You were 3 minutes into Hand Unit's dialogue, and he says, It seems you had some trouble with the keypad. I see what you were trying to type, and I will auto correct it for you. Welcome, Ex Benedict. And you're just like, what? No, I'm not Ex Benedict. And then, that led into by night 5, you're just like, oh my gosh, what's he gonna say now?
That is so cool. I'm fanboying. Astrid, I know you're newer. It's okay if you don't have any, I don't know. Do you have a favorite line that you've said?
My memory is so bad.
That's
don't
all right.
remember any of
I have one
lines.
for you. I really like the I almost became a Cassie sandwich one.
Is that a Resident Evil reference?
That's a Resident Evil throwback. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Oh my gosh.
That's great.
Yeah, that's
Sandwich.
an iconic line.
It
Awesome.
is?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
You were almost a Jill sandwich.
That's actually an Easter egg. It's you don't get it through every playthrough. You have to be lucky to get it. But it's when the elevator falls and it almost lands on Cassie. She says, "I was almost a Cassie sandwich." But yeah, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Cameron, do you have a favorite
I've never
line?
heard that before.
I think I'm doing it, and it grew on me. In order to explain it, I have to set the scene.
Sure, go ahead.
Imagine you're running, and Monty's chasing you, and then you're scared for your life.
Yeah.
And you hear,
I'm there.
You can hide, but you can't hide.
Uh-huh.
Then you start running, and you go, huh?
You can't hide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was actually a tactic to make you do a double take, so you stop, and then Monty gets you.
Yeah, I would stop and think about it, and ultimately die. But yeah, I think that's my line.
Awesome. Trey, what's your favorite line? And try to do your best impression. All the voice actors are here. Go.
Okay, well,
Yeah, come on, Trey.
I can't do any Freddy ones.
Don't let
'cause
us
we have
down, Trey.
Nightmare Freddy and Funtime and Glamrock Freddy here.
No, you can't. We'll just be judging you. Yeah.
Okay, this is really hard.
You want us to come back to you?
Yeah, we can come back to you.
Yeah, come back to me. I need to think about this more.
Okay,
Okay, Chris.
First,
What's
I gotta
yours?
say hi, Scott. I see you in the house.
No, Scott's
hey,
not.
Scott.
That's fake Scott. That's a fake Scott.
Oh, it's fake Scott?
Yes.
All right, now, hello, fake Scott. How dare you? How dare you? Hello. All right. Anyway, honestly, I because I got different characters, but the one that's always just resonated with me for one is just Scott loved it because of how I made the spin on it. It's Yar, I came for you, booty. That would be treasure.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh,
That's
okay,
awesome.
Beyonce.
Iconic. Very iconic. Okay, Heather. Heather.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna choose Circus Baby because
Please. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm such a fanboy.
so I used to like the sweeter ones, but first I think I'm all salty right now. So in my so I think the one that I'm into recently is. Do you know why they call it the scooping room? It's because, dummy, this is the room. What is it?
Where they use the scooper.
Oh. I like that one because she calls you a dummy.
That's scary.
Oh.
And I messed it up. Oh.
Okay.
No.
Okay, John. Now you can pee.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's already done.
We said you could pee. We didn't say you could leave.
You need a bigger water bottle, bro.
I know.
Oh
God.
Mine's bigger.
It's ridiculous, man. Huge.
Okay,
wanna
Kellen.
say, I just signed an autograph for a guy named Eric Exotic Butters, and that's the best.
Oh.
Eric Exotic Butters.
Oh.
Eric Exotic. That's beautiful.
Okay, Kellen, I'm scared to ask. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, TikTok has popularized this one through the freaking roof, and it's what I always say, and it always makes the kids light up. Way to go, superstar! And that has been used in so many TikToks, and I cannot even believe how popular you guys have made it, and how many people because of that have said that he's become sort of a surrogate father figure to them. That always makes me emotional.
Yeah, actually, I have a quick question about Eclipse.
Yes,
there's a line in Ruin where he says "Happy birthday."
Happy birthday. Yeah,
is that a reference to Frosty the Snowman?
I think
when Frosty comes to life,
it is. I think it is. That's probably a J-Top or Brian question.
Yeah.
It was so long ago now that I think that's where we were going with it.
Yeah.
Seems right?
Fair enough.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll buy for $1.
Marta, what's your favorite line?
I have a few. So my personal favorite for Roxy, just because of how I felt when I was recording it, was the one that actually made it into Ruin. I was like, oh, it didn't make it in the main game, but it was the give me back my eyes.
Ooh.
And it was just such a good moment because it's just like, oh, let's turn the gain down. Okay, I'm going for it.
Yeah.
I'm going for it.
Wow.
So I literally like it was
Discord couldn't handle it.
Yeah. Literally,
awesome.
no, but that one was my favorite. But the other one was there's in Security Breach where it's Gregory and he goes like, I left 5 minutes in here.
Oh God.
It was great.
So
it was
iconic.
Great.
Wild.
And I guess in Ruin there's that speech at the end that I really
yeah
like.
We can't risk being followed.
Right.
I was like, oh no, because like we said, we don't know what's going on, but I'm just reading that. It's the first time I'm seeing it.
Right.
I'm like, no.
Wild. Okay.
Oh, he did not.
He did not. He did. Or did he?
Oh, he did.
Tim, do you have a favorite line of Nightmare Freddy?
Move my mic a little bit closer to where you can hear.
Here we go.
Here it goes.
Yes,
Go.
I have a favorite line.
What's some fun?
Nightmare Freddy lines.
FNAF wiki.
Right. There you go.
Yeah.
Go ahead. It's open notes, so you're good.
Be made, but not by you, by the one you should not have killed.
Ah, that's awesome. Oh my
Sorry,
God.
Shivers.
Up and down the spine.
Wow. I just pooped myself. That was great. Thank you. Anyways, this was the stream.
Wait. Trey still has to say his.
Oh, Trey, go.
You forget about me.
Go.
Okay, I'm between two of them. Both of them are Kellen lines.
Yes.
Either the Sun song from Ruin, where he sings like a 1 minute and 30-second song.
Where he's just like trying to cry, not to cry and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one a lot, but I can't quote it.
That thing.
I also like when Freddy says, Feather Blast, Game of Kings. That one got me.
I did like that one. I forgot about that one.
Oh, no, it's Sport of Kings.
Feather Blast. Feather Blast, Game of Kings.
It's Sport of Kings.
Oh, Sport of Kings.
That Eclipse line gave me so much trouble when I was building the animatronic because the little processing system glitched, and that's all it kept playing for like a day before he needed to be set up for the con.
The Game of Kings thing?
No. The whole 1 minute song.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so I did, and like it's still in the final thing. So like every once in a while at PAX, he'd sing that song and wouldn't do anything else. And I was like, oh man, I hope people are just gonna sit around and listen to him.
Wild.
Yeah, that was heartbreaking to record. I think we only did one take because we were bummed out afterwards.
Oh. In the Freddy,
eat some cake to feel better.
Huh?
You have to eat some cake to feel better.
Yeah.
In the Freddy Happy Birthday song, that was so fascinating. Whose idea was it?
Yeah.
Whose idea was it to go like heart, 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 heart? Yours? Oh, thank you. Iconic.
I take full credit.
Started, dude.
Wait, any chance I can get to try and do like an extra take where we slip something in from the community, I'll take it.
For sure.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I've had my share of failures that I'm sure I'm not allowed to talk about.
Yeah.
But I'm very glad that we got the in before. I think it's a nice lead in too.
So awesome. Okay. I think that's the stream. It's already been an hour and a half. That's wild on the dot.
Oh, wow.
Time flies.
Thank you so much for everyone for being here. This is seriously, I've never done anything like this before. I've never hosted anything. But I hope I did fine.
You did
thanks.
fantastic, dude.
Oh,
Really good,
thanks. Fishing for that one. Thank you. But this was so fun. Like seriously an honor to have you all on the channel. And it's like you have been such a cool part of everyone, even in this chat, everyone, millions of people's lives, you know, growing up and stuff. So thank you for everything you do, FNAF and non-FNAF related. Like it's awesome. And congrats to like all of your success with other things happening right now. Some of you, and yeah, that's it.
John, I'm so sorry to interrupt. Look at Heather's dog. He's just full.
Oh my
belly up.
gosh.
Oh,
Full belly up. Before you were doing your emotional thing, so I didn't want to interrupt, but they were like full belly in the air before. I was dying.
It's all right.
Make me like one of your French girls.
That's a comfy
Exactly what I was
dog.
thinking,
That
yeah.
is a comfy little baby right there.
That's awesome.
Aw.
Oh, I love dogs. Okay. Streamily is also doing another stream after this where they're going to be signing things. So make sure you check that out. I'm going to put the link in the chat right now. Give me 1 second.
I need to find it.
Oh, here comes the cat.
And guys, I did almost all of my signings just now, but I'm out of prints, so I'm having to wait on more prints to come, which is a good problem to have. And
not
I
the one
can't get
asking
the
Dick?
signing. I actually have a session recording for a video game coming up here. This
Oh,
afternoon.
wow.
Oh
So,
yeah, it's Tuesday, huh?
So Andy did all of
Halloween.
his. Andy did all of his throughout the stream. So if you saw yours, that's awesome.
Well, about half. Those
yeah.
Snartles
Oh,
prints
half of
that
them, yeah.
Snartles did are amazing.
Oh
and
my
I need-
gosh.
I
She
need
is
at least
just
35
incredible.
more. I just emailed.
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
They got to
Get
mail
one.
me some more prints.
So yeah, if you want to continue hanging out with these guys, they'll be on Streamly's channel. I'm pasting the link in the description all over the place. I appreciate you.
Yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
to Streamly. Thank you to Andrew for inviting me to do this. This was a dream come true, seriously. And yeah, I'm gonna end the stream. Thanks for watching, everyone. And I'll